I'm going out to pick something up. Oh, there you are. I wondered where you got to. Yeah, well, this Strat that I'm making, I decided I needed some pickups, because I'm like that, aren't you? Making an electric guitar with no pickups doesn't work. But there is absolutely millions of pickups out there, and makers, and every single one of them tells you that their pickups are the best in the world. Every one of them, every review that you see, you'll see these guys. Some of them are getting paid to tell you everything's great, but you'll see these guys. I don't think I've ever seen a review where they turn around and they say, oh, these pickups are real rubbish. They just don't do it. And I'm not going to do it today, because these have got to be fitted into a guitar. I'm here to show you these and why I chose these particular pickups for the particular build of guitar that's going to be coming along. Now that makes sense, because I don't see many people talking about this. There are hundreds and hundreds of, or thousands of models, never mind makers. You could be in a bit of a quandary as to what pickup you buy and how it matches with other stuff. And I think that's an important aspect. Really, knowing what you want before you buy anything. Knowing what you want. So get the idea in your brain, or in your mind, what should I say, of exactly what you want to do with the guitar and what you play and the sounds you need. And that it sounds so obvious, but so many people just willy-nilly go and buy a pickup. And it turns out to be not a very good pickup. Now I've got a load of guitars over there. These are just the ones in the studio, and they've got all sorts of pickups in them, and for good reason. But we're going to cover these today. We're not going to cover all that stuff today. We just want to cover these and why I selected these. So let's take a quick look at each one, and then we'll pull them out one at a time and have a quick look at them and conclude. Yeah, that makes sense. Now, as you can see, well, hopefully you can see, I think you can see from there. Yeah, they're all one brand, these are. These are all Seymour Duncan. Well, why did I choose Seymour Duncan? Well, they're probably one of the best known pickup makers in the world, along with DiMarzio, I could argue. And Fender makes some pickups as well. Oh, you forgot them. But I opted with this to go for the Seymour Duncan series of pickups. They didn't choose them for me. I opted to make these choices myself based on what I want to get from the guitar. So let's have a look at the three that I chose. Well, the first one here, this is a YJM Fury. Oh my God, but Tony, you can't play like Malmsteen. You're right, I can't. It isn't really the playing like Malmsteen that I want. That's a neck YJM Fury, I might add. It's part number 11203-31-WH, just for your information. Well, that, when you listen to Malmsteen playing on the neck, that's a quite incredible tone, in my opinion. It might not be in yours. You may be playing, I don't know, the shadows. That might not be suitable for the shadows. So don't follow me, but just try and understand the whys and wherefores of what I do that might help you when you're doing this sort of stuff yourself. Remember, I bought all of this equipment. Nothing has been provided to me cheap. I paid full price. I bought these, as it happens, from Toman. But full price, and no sponsorship, nothing like that. And often I don't sponsor, for very good reason. I always try and create real reviews. Anyway, let's carry on. So that's the YJM. That's the neck pickup for that Strat that's being built, the walnut thing. You'll see it. It's coming up. And the stuff will be included and fitted. The second one down the road is an SSL-5. Now then, what's this about? Well, it says here, SSL-5 custom staggered for RWRP, reverse wound reverse polarity, which helps to reduce hum between these pickups. Yeah, here it is, I've got it on screen, this one. Ultimate overwound medium output Strat pickup SSL-5. It's a single coil in the bridge position of David Gilmour, but I'm not using it in the bridge position, I'm using it in the middle position, which you can. Yeah, it keeps on about David Gilmour, doesn't it? And I'm no David Gilmour either. Who cares? Who cares about my playing? You? Well, no, you've come here to find out about pickups, haven't you? I can do the 90 minutes of playing that everybody else does if you prefer to not learn about what you're buying. But anyway, I'm going to carry on my route. Yeah, there they are. And then I've got a last one, which is actually a humbucker. Now, this humbucker ain't any old humbucker. Yeah, this one's known as an SH-4, which you've never heard of probably. Well, you might have, and for good reason, because actually that's one of the most biggest selling pickups of humbuckers in the world that there's ever been. Believe that or not. Its other name is a Jeff Beck model, and it's white, and it's a humbucker. Well, why would I use that? Well, lots and lots of reasons for using that too. I could have gone single, but I wanted a bit of a different feel to this guitar and a different build than everything else that I've ever done before. And I know what the Jeff Beck humbucker sounds like, and yeah, I've got it in other guitars. So yeah, that adds up. So what I want to do is go a bit closer and let you have a look. Okay, well, ever since the first time I ever heard Malmsteen back in the early 80s, that guy was on another level. There is no question in my mind. Yeah, Rising Force was the first album I got, and there he was on the front, and oh my God. Yeah, what a change of music. And I could never really figure out how he did it then. I still can't figure out how he does it now, probably like you. But one of the things that's important is the equipment that he uses, because it's somehow it's rather different than what you think it is. Let's take a look at this YJM Fury signature model for Strat, and it really is. Yeah, it says here bridge, neck and middle. Neck and middle this one is, if you see that. So I bought this for the neck. It's never been out. I haven't even pulled this out to date. All this stuff just arrived the other day. And this is what you get in it, really. Yeah, lots of stuff. Yeah, there it is. It's got its wires in the back, as it would have. I'm more interested in having a look at the back of the pickup. Yeah, you can see it there. It's got this copper foil on the back. I haven't seen one quite like that before. But they are quite amazing sounding pickups, and as you can see, they are. Really, it's like a humbucker. It bucks the hum, yeah. That's exactly what I wanted, as well as that tone that Malmsteen gets from the neck. So enough about that one. You can see what it is. It isn't what you might think it was. I might change this cover or not. It's got staggered poles on it. If you can see them, I think you can. Yeah, it's all good. So I'm going to put that back for now, and yeah, we'll move on. And by the way, just before I move on, we are going to be covering a few of the specs on each pickup when I go back up top. Okay, well, this next one is the SSL-5, and it's reverse wound and reverse polarity. That's what it is. And it says it's a custom for Strat. That's its description. It's basically, it's a middle pickup, at least on the guitar that I'm going to use. And yeah, it's got a bit of history that came from, well, basically, David Gilmour needed a pumped up sound for his famous black Strat. So Seymour wound what became the custom staggered medium output Strat pickup. It has been and continues to be an honour to work with such a legend, they say. The custom stagger, specially overwound single coil that strikes a great balance between increased output and classic strat. So what you're going to get is none of this wimpy output. You're going to get a little bit more than some of the regular pickups that are out there. And of course, reverse wound and reversed polarity. Well, that basically has a pickup that will be hum cancelling with one of our neck or bridge models, they say. And I know that to be the case. Whether it works effectively on this one, well, we'll find out when we do the guitar build. But let's get the lid off this and look a bit closer. Well, here we are once again. It's basically got staggered magnets. You can see that. Well, maybe you can't, but you'll definitely see them in the build. And if we lift this off, well, it's a standard coil, but of course it is reverse wound and reverse polarity. Don't hold that against it, will you? If we look at the back of it, well, that looks an awful lot more like a regular sort of pickup in my mind, and it might be a regular pickup in your mind too. I bought it for a mid position, and I think in the mid position I think it's going to be excellent. So more about that a bit later. Now then, this little beauty here looks just like any of the other pickups that are out there that say Seymour Duncan on them, but rather than just thinking of it like that, there's more to it. Basically, the Jeff Beck model, this humbucker, it's their most popular pickup of all time. It doesn't matter what you're playing really, whether it's blues, country, fusion, punk, hard rock, grunge, thrash. Well, there's any metal in there, but you can use it for that. The Jeff Beck has always sounded just right. The low end is powerful, and highs are crisp and detailed. There's an upper mid-range bump that adds crunch and chunk to heavy chords, but translate to a singing vocal-like quality. It's a very good pickup. That's the nicest way I can put it. And it's they are hand-built in Santa Barbara, like all of these pickups I've showed you, in fact. So let's get this one out and take a quick look at what's actually in the box and how it looks and that sort of stuff. Well, that's what the front looks like. I mean, it gets a bit boring just looking at the front, doesn't it? But these are not staggered, they're all flat. Those are adjustable, as they often are. And if we turn this over, we get a good idea what's behind the back. It's a nice heavy one, this is. Heavy in more ways than just the weight. Yeah, and if you look at the wires, it's a 4-wire plus a ground. Is that right? 1, 2, yeah, 4-wire plus a ground. So you could wire this up in many different ways. And the fact is that with that switching unit that I showed you in a different review, you could do a lot with this, as you can with some of the other ones that are there. But that's another story for when we get to doing the guitar build and the rest of it. And you're going to hear them all being played when the guitar's built, when they're installed in the guitar. So don't expect any playing on this video because, well, you can't do it without the rest of the guitar. And I'm still waiting for parts. So there. So you can see there it is, Seymour Duncan, blah, blah, blah. You won't get much better than that. Unless you're something like death metal or something, and it's not a death metal pickup, really. So there it is, back in its case. And yeah, it's going to be a really good piece of gear, that is. Okay, well, I hope so far's interesting enough, because you know, looking at pickups by themselves isn't always the best thing, but if you're actually going to build a guitar, these are absolutely basic and core to what you're trying to achieve. Now, you might be somebody who just wants any old pickup in there, you know, some of the cheap, junky ones. But I'm not that sort of person, and what I want are specific tailored tones for what I'm trying to create. And the guitar I'm trying to create is a little bit different than the previous ones that I've finished, and there are lots of those. There must be 8 or 9 or 10 different builds on my channel, and I know there's a list available for anybody who wants to see them. I'll put that list down below in the text. Always check the text, because it's going to be giving you links to stuff that I can't really put on here. It's just too many of them. But anybody's interested in that, yeah, go and have a look at all that stuff. It's an eye-opener, and a lot of those guitars use the best quality parts that you can get hold of. And indeed, these are very good quality parts, no matter what some guys might tell you. You know what they're like on the internet, yeah. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just talk a little bit about each one regarding the specifications and that sort of rubbish. And yeah, learn from it if you can. If you can't, well, maybe you're in the wrong place, I don't know. But I've got some notes down there, so yeah, you'll see me looking down. Don't worry, I'm not getting anywhere. Yeah, it says here, well, based on the original patented stack design, the YJM Fury uses custom length Alnico 5 rod magnets. I knew you'd be asking. And a unique coil architecture to bring you that perfect balance of sweet fluidity and articulation that is Malmsteen. I agree with that. The bridge model is designed to handle Yngwie's chordal onslaught, and it delivers a precise, articulate response that has just the right amount of high end without sounding harsh or brittle. The bridge model is wound hotter for a better balance and blah blah blah. Well, this is the neck one, so I'm not really interested in the bridge one. Yeah, I've got other answers for that. I don't want a Malmsteen Strat, do I? No, I want a Malmsteen neck tone. The neck middle model, that's this one, is designed to bring out the balance of Yngwie's fluid left-hand technique with his broad mix of right-hand pick attack for a tone that is sweet and smooth, it says here. There is just the right amount of high end to make the pickup extremely articulate and especially responsive to dynamics. And it's dead quiet. Well, it will be. It's basically a humbucker. Back in the 80s, we patented a special bottom coil that actually injects negative hum into the pickup circuit, they say. And at the end of the production process, we fine-tune each pickup for maximum noise cancellation. I could carry on with it all day, but that gives you at least a little bit of a flavour of what you're going to get out of this pickup. I don't want to be a Malmsteen, I want to get his tones out of that neck pickup. This is the mentality of what you should adopt if you're not really clear on what pickups you want. Go and look what the player's using, if you've got a favourite player or you've got a tone that sticks in your mind. And Malmsteen's neck tone certainly does. And then you could make a decision. Okay, that's the YJM Fury neck pickup. Okay, well, on to this next one, which is the SSL-5 custom staggered Strat pickup. And it's a single coil pickup, but of course it's reverse wound, reverse polarity, like I said. And bearing in mind the other two are humbuckers, well, it might make a difference, it might not, doesn't really matter. But if you fitted a different pickup here rather than this YJM Fury, that's a single coil, you could get problems with that sort of stuff. Reverse wound, reverse polarity, well, you can sort of sort that out if you want to. More of that later in the build. But let's talk about it for a few minutes. This was the David Gilmour idea. Yeah, he needed a pumped up sound for his famous black Strat, so Seymour wound him the custom staggered medium output Strat pickup. That's what Seymour Duncan says right there in front of me. Custom staggered Strat pickup is available in a 7-string version too. That should be exciting. Yeah, that wouldn't sound much like David Gilmour, would it? Would it? I don't know, I've never seen him play a 7-string, but there you go. Yeah, it's been and continues to be their biggest selling, well, they say the biggest selling pickup. Pump. That's it. It'll deliver bigger, fatter chords and will cut through the mix more clearly than traditional Strat pickups, it says, all the while maintaining the magic and mojo, their words not mine, that make a Strat sound like a Strat. Single notes are bold and loud, and solos truly sing, using the bridge position with a pair of vintage staggered Strat pickups, the neck and middle of the Gilmour approved setup. So this one's in the middle. Yeah, use a custom staggered reverse wound reverse polarity in the middle for noiseless setup in position 2 and 4. Yeah, well, it will be. Yeah, it'll be noiseless anyway, but don't worry about that. That's just a fact. And it goes on. Neck and middle bridge position models have the same output, wind direction and magnetic, blah blah blah. Reverse round reverse polarity. Choose this to have a pickup that will be hum cancelling. Well, it's hum cancelling in case I decide to change that at some stage. That was part of the idea for that. Enough of that one as well. There it is. There's loads of stuff in here. Yeah, I won't bore you with any more for now. We'll probably cover more of it. Okay, that Jeff Beck model. It says the Jeff Beck model humbucker is their most popular pickup of all time. Ever since they made it. Well, and yeah, couldn't have been before, could it? Yeah, so when you buy one of these, to a large extent, well, you probably know what you're getting. It's a very versatile pickup that could do a lot of things. And I think that's a good idea, because playing the heavy rock all the time or the metal all the time, that sort of music, well, you need other styles of music as well. And this pickup's brilliant for blues and country stuff, which I don't do that. Fusion, don't do that. Punk, don't do that. Hard rock, yeah. Grunge and thrash, well, not really me. But you could. And the point is, you've got a pickup there that's so versatile. I think that's one of the most important reasons that I chose it. If you want the truth, I could have gone down the other brands and used the Steve Vai pickup. Well, I didn't go down that because I've already got that. And that's a bit of an aggressive pickup. It really is, high output. This one's a little bit better. And it says here, one last snippet. It says use with a 500k volume pot for great high-end cut, or try a 250k pot to sweeten and soften the tone for smoother styles. Yeah, it pairs particularly well with the Jazz or 59 neck pickups. Well, I know the Jazz pickup in the neck is a very common practice, and my Ibanez RG, she's over there, that black one, if anybody's seen that, has got, it's got a Jazz in the neck. Yeah, because it doesn't get too woofy, for want of a better word. Yeah. It says hand-built in Santa Barbara. Well, they all are. Yeah, the Jeff Beck model uses the Alnico 5 bar magnet, nickel-silver bottom plate, 4-conductor lead wire for multiple wiring options, which is part of the reason for that switching thing I've got. You can use it for series, parallel, split coil, and it's vacuum wax potted for squeal-free performance. Yeah, available in standard humbucker and trembucker spacing for 6-string, and this is a standard one. 6-string as well, passive mount 7-string, so there, if you want a 7-string. Well, that's enough running through all the sort of junk, but take on board the reasons why I chose these particular pickups. I think it matters a lot. Well, I know it matters a lot, and if you're going down the route of building a guitar, heed what I'm saying. It might help you, it might not. Of course, lots of people will tell you, oh, what's Tony know? Carry on. Now, I do want to emphasise that I bought all this stuff myself. It is an entirely unsupported review, unsponsored, everything. And yeah, all these come out of my pocket. No discounts, nothing. I'm just like you. And that's a very important thing when you're looking at my reviews. So don't forget to do that subscription, do that thumbs up thing, and ring that bell, because it does help my channel. And, you know, it does cost me a lot of money. I'm going to have to be selling some of this stuff. I've got too much stuff. Can you have that? I don't know. But, yeah, I'm going to clear out a few of the guitars, actually. I've got far too many guitars. Yeah, that's got to be done. But there you go. I want to cover a few more things. Well, one of them's staring you in the face right now. And it's talking there, right there, about a 4-year warranty. Now, I like to talk about warranty. It's very important. Now, without spending hours on it, it's meant to be a shortish review, but you know how they turn out. The warranty on this is 4 years, and it's 4 years for every one of them. Now, I love to see that sort of thing. When I did that Obsidian switcher down there that's going to go into the guitar, they had a 5-year warranty. And Seymour Duncan here, they put a 4-year warranty on these pickups. It's a usual type of warranty. You know, you get this and you get that, and it excludes this and it won't cover that. But at least it is a 5-year warranty, and I think that's so important. This is a company that's standing behind what they make. And so was those Obsidian boys down there. I love to see it, and trust me, later on, if you get trouble, mark my words, that warranty is worth its weight in gold. If you go and buy some pickups that don't have a 4-year warranty, oh, they fail after 2, or one of them's failed after 3. Well, if they fail at 14 months, you got no warranty. That's how I look at it, and I think that's so important. I just wanted to cover that. Now, I can only give it a score of what I see. So all I'm talking about really is hardware right now. I can't talk about sound because they're not installed in the guitar, and I have always felt that the guitar itself, the neck, the setup, which pickups, the player, everything about that instrument will give it a particular sound. So just talking about what these sounds are isn't really the answer for a review. This is more of a hardware review for now, and it'll turn into an audio type of review with playing later down the road. It's got to, really. It's useless just looking at numbers. But this video should give you that idea, that spark, if you're going to go and build a guitar yourself. Okay, well, there's one last thing I wanted to cover, and that is Seymour Duncan on their website will actually allow you to have a pickup for up to 21 days to try it out, to see if it's for you. Now, that could be a really good thing, depending where you're based and depending where you're buying from will honour that. They might or they might not. But again, it's something that the likes of Seymour Duncan, and he's been around a long time in music, will offer, so that you can be completely happy with whichever pickup you decide you're going to buy, or pickups, as in this case. So if I don't like all these 3, I could effectively send them back. So lastly, and it is lastly, score out of 10 for these, and it's only for the hardware. Understand that for now. The hardware score is a 10 out of 10, and the warranty's brilliant, the 21 days brilliant, the product itself is brilliant, faultless product, and what more can I say? That's it for now on this review. These will be coming back up when we get to do the guitar build in a short while. So thanks for watching. Look forward to seeing you again next time on another review that I'm working on at the moment. And yeah, now get out of here.